Charles Barkley once advocated for athletes to have the right to defend themselves against supporters, but he opposes Shannon Sharpe's impending fight with the Memphis Grizzlies. Sharpe made fun of Grizzlies forward Dillon Brooks while watching the Los Angeles Lakers game on Friday night from courtside. The verbal sparring then almost turned into something more serious. Security briefly pulled Sharpe from the court after getting ready to battle a few Grizzlies players and their loved ones. Unexpectedly, they gave him permission to sit down again. Since then, Sharpe has written a lengthy apology accepting responsibility for the altercation. Barkley, though, continued to make it clear that he has no excuses for the Pro Football Hall of Famer and Undisputed host. On SiriusXM NBA radio this week, Barkley joined Justin Turman and Eddie Johnson. The host of Inside the NBA was questioned about Sharpe's confrontation by Turman and Johnson. "Reporters can never get into it with players," Barkley said. "That's my rule of thumb, because, we get paid to talk about these guys. And if you hate guys or don't get along with guys, you're gonna be somewhat biased whether you believe it or not." Television's a very powerful vehicle, he continued on SiriusXM. "And you've got to be really careful because people believe everything we say, unfortunately. I'm not saying anybody was right or wrong. But I'm saying, as a guy who's on television, I could never get into it with the players. That's just my rule of thumb." Barkley's remark astonished me since it was so considered, especially in light of how frequently he has made fun of Sharpe and Skip Bayless in recent weeks. For Barkley, Sharpe's altercation on Friday night was easy pickings. But perhaps Barkley is aware that he makes more on-screen fun of NBA players than anybody else. He also recalls their memorable argument with Kevin Durant. In contrast to last week, when Sharpe performed it from a courtside seat, Barkley does it from behind a camera. Does that improve it? Was Sharpe's jab at Brooks inappropriate in and of itself? Or did the conflict escalate when he stood up and motioned for the Grizzlies players to cross over? While Barkley criticized Sharpe for engaging in physical altercation with players, he has previously backed players attacking supporters. Following allegations that a fan had abused Chris Paul's mother the previous season, Barkley said players should be allowed to control rowdy crowds by hitting their ass. At the NBA Finals last year, Golden State Warriors supporters threw shirts at Barkley. In response, Barkley doused them in water. However, it seems that everyone has a line they will not cross.